That's a 180 from Rick Hensey. Leonard not going to match that. I'm pretty sure we're not live right now, but I'm just keep talking like we are. Okay. Tyler stepping up. See what he can do. We've seen what he can do so far. But he's got to continue that aspect. Great cover shot on dart 3. Danny Baggish. You ain't cool unless you try to go double bull right here, Danny. Just saying. He would never do that with being down 1-0 already. And
no,
with
we
Rick
got to
going to be on a checkout.
We need the win. We don't need a champagne shot.
Leaves 134. And again, this is a situation where, personally, I like the treble 18 tops with 134 left. Leonard Gates just going to make sure that Danny gets a look at the 150. This is almost a setup, though, where if Danny wants to shoot at the 150 with the bullseye look, he probably could.
Yeah, because we're probably going to be looking at a freeze. Tyler didn't get dart 1 to go. Dart 2,
definitely a freeze.
Dart 3, but we're still in a freeze situation.
Very cold in the place. Although technically a bust here, as he is at 211 as their team total right now.
Yep.
Boring. Treble 19 for double 18. Sets it up beautifully.
Yeah, it says Thaz only has 32, but big thing left is there's a freeze.
And that's the part of the game that most amateurs or people watching along don't really understand, is that the timing of that. And Danny's timing specifically makes him as good as he is at darts.
Exactly.
Leonard gets by it with sheer talent for the most part, which is obviously a way to do it. 3 for double 4. Try to go 25 for double 18. That's all right.
Still keeps the freeze in place.
Yep.
Tyler, even with a 180, cannot release the freeze. And
if you're partners with Danny Baggish and he has 32 left and you know he's going to shoot that, you're just going ahead and thinking about the next leg.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
So here we go. Danny Baggish. Gets it on dart 2 after the first dart. Just set a good marker, you know.
Very good marker. Gets it on dart 2. 32 goodbye. Now we are 1-1. They'll cork to see who goes first for this deciding leg.
And this might be the most important part of this match, is the cork.
Looking for the black bit.
That's going to be close to tie. Or did Leonard get that one by 2? It looks like Leonard got it by 2. It just looks like, with the way they're laying, that they're similar. So here we go. Last leg decider. 1-1 score line. Hensey, Baggish, Gates. 501. Double in, double out. Split bowl. Oh, that's weird. Did you see what the setup of the actual format's called on the screen?
Master in, master out.
So does that mean that they can go trebles to start?
Well, that's not the format, but it is set up for a master finish.
Is that true? Oh, man, I'm so curious. If I'm a player playing this and I saw that, I would totally try it just to see if I get away with it.
It's not the format, though. You would lose.
That's not true.
You would have busted.
This is the tournament format that they are playing in right now. It is not their fault that the tournament format is incorrect.
Let's see what the flyer says.
It says double in, double out.
Okay.
Split bowl, for sure.
Cool.
But
excellent.
Board don't lie.
I know board don't lie.
The board lets me get away with it. I'm going to get away with it. I'm just saying. I just feel like someone should try out there.
Why
see
not?
what happens. You know? Just try. See what happens. Well, now Kayla's agreeing with me. This must be that 20%, right, Kayla? Just kidding. Please continue to give us stuff the entire weekend. To be fair, we deserve it. Well, Ryan does.
Oh, Lord. Throw me under the bus. Back it up a few times. Put it in gear. Run me over again.
Don't mind if I do. So, Ryan, earlier – no, I'm just kidding. Interesting start here from both teams.
Hensey seems to be struggling just a little bit.
Yeah, definite advantage here for Bagish Gates. And Leonard Gates is throwing about as inconsistent as I've seen him throw in a very long time. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference here what he does in 2 legs of darts, but it's just an interesting observation that I'm making because Ryan's texting right now, and I can't talk to him anyway.
Oh, Lord. Back at the match.
Were you saying that to yourself, since you were the one that was texting there?
I was texting myself, telling myself to keep up the good work.
Good job. Someone's got to support you. All right.
The only person that
Rick
supports me
Hensey,
is me.
180 will leave 171. Not going to do exactly that. And not happy after the first start going in where it needs to go. 95 scored. We can go ahead and speak to the elephant in the room right now in this leg, and that's Tyler Hensey needs to pick it up right now.
Well, speaking of that, trip one coming off Leonard Gates again.
Good cover, though. Good last start from Gates. A 180 here is almost necessary to keep them in this match.
It's got to go.
And that is an unlucky first start. Covers on the last, but you saw exactly how he feels about that last start. Too little, too late. 6 starts from 215 for Danny Bagish. He would take that bet. He just wants to try the champagne shot here. He did take out 132 last night in an interesting way. Starting on the 18s, I believe. That's how he did that. Rick does leave a look at a checkout, depending on what happens here. And 43 is an opening. 43 is absolutely an opening. 140 here is all that's needed from Tyler. I know that seems like a lot, but not when you're Tyler Hensey, and he might do it. Will that last?
Wanted the 140, got the 135, though.
And that avoids the freeze of the 156 if Danny misses. Dad will get a look at the 156 if Bagish does not take out the 132. And that was all Leonard Gates hitting 43 and Tyler Hensey hitting the big 135.
I see him going, opening with the bull.
He absolutely should. Does so. Treble 19. Bullseye for the match. Bit of a hanger there. So he's going to step over to the side a little bit to just get the angle correct. This is a big dart. And the gambler gets it done. What a bullseye.
Boom. Great composure from Danny Bagish. Single 25, 57. Darts hanging. Recomposes himself, pulls off the line. Double bowl for the win.
That was an Annie Oakley shot if I've ever seen one. Fits it into a small window there and gets the job done when he absolutely needed to. Hensey had a tough ask of 156, but very capable of doing
well
that.
Could have went down, yep.
Well, we're going to take a short break here after that one just to breathe a sigh of relief. You see there our ugly mugs. Ryan Mooneyham, the least amount of hair, followed by me with the second least amount of hair, and then Will Stewart, he's also the youngest, but man, toupees go a long way. And live here at the Booyah Cup finale Darkhorse Classic, we got Caitlin Myers and Vanessa Talks taking on Paula Murphy and Olivia Terry coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
All righty, folks. Sorry for that one. There's a little bit of delay. Went and grabbed a water real quick, and these guys started in the process. So that's good. Ryan just got back. Hop on and tell you hello, and then bye. See ya.
Bye, Will. All right. Well, that'll do it for Will Stewart today. The chat has spoken, and we dropped about 100 viewers as soon as Will started talking. Here is Vanessa.
Holy cow, we dropped 100 viewers. Will must have been on the mic.
Vanessa Talks is a perfect commentary name, by the way.
I got to give you that one. I didn't have a comeback. It was a good one.
Here's Paula Murphy. Looking amazing in that color combination today. Not as good as last night, but she's looking amazing today in that color combination.
Such a beautiful woman.
And beautiful throw, 150 from Paula Murphy. Brizzle Adams goes, hi, Will. Bye, Will.
Look, you may not hear what Will talk, but this cannot be done without Mr. Stewart.
Absolutely, 1,000%. And you also want to hear him talk.
Well, every once in a while, maybe.
He's better at that than he thinks he is.
He's really good. He's a really good dart player, too.
He's okay at that.
He's won events before.
That, by the way, guys, tonight, if the Booyah Cup finale goes longer than when the blind draw is going to start, Exhibition 2.0 mic'd up. Will Stewart versus Sean Green. Best of 31. We're going to be here till 8 o'clock in the morning, finishing up that one. Apparently, Will is trying to talk about someone else who's irrelevant to him beating me. Good luck, all I got to say. It is soft tip where I have the advantage. And I know what you're thinking. Talent is the advantage, but you're right. That's not the point, though. Paula just doing her job here. OT from the TO is running this leg right now. And honestly, OT from the TO and Paula are running this leg right now. Here is Caitlin Myers.
Not happy with the dart 1 or dart 2. Dart 3 is the only way to manage is 71. You got to do 10 plus against these ladies.
17. Triple 11. It'll be just like she drew it up. Well, or you can leave 9. Not ideal, but when you have Paula Murphy at 128.
Yeah, she gave us the one. She's like, yeah, guess what, gentlemen?
Oh, boy. Here is Vanessa just trying to get as low as possible here.
I want to say hello to my friend back home, Mr. Brad Baxter, and watching the stream. I know he's a big fan of USA Darts. He's probably got it pulled up, probably playing darts himself right now.
There you go. Bullseye for 28. Double 14. Booyah! And there's a 128 checkout from Paula Murphy at 41.75. I don't care who you are, that is fire. And it's a 1-0 lead for Paula Murphy and Olivia Terry.
If you just seen her go bullseye, bullseye, double 14 like us in such a smooth fashion, you now see why they call her smooth.
Absolutely. My brother-in-law, Michael Walters, in the chat. And no. I already have that tattoo on my leg. I don't need anything else.
You don't want to wear that tutu again?
What do you mean again? It'll be the third time. Hat trick start off there from Vanessa. And OT just trying to match. And if you try, you will succeed.
Very good out of OT. Backs up 150.
No pressure, Caitlin. See? Man, I call that bad electrician syndrome. Just wiring the wrong side of the bullseye. Finds it on dart 3. But Paula a chance here to match hat tricks of her partner and start running as if they were Forrest Gump.
And just like that, 3 perfect darts out of Olivia Terry, 3 perfect darts out of Paula Murphy.
Look at that. These averages are decent. 50-50, 25-50. Vanessa staying perfect so far. And I blew it for her. Sorry about that, Vanessa. 113, though, is not bad at all. Still should get the first look at a finish. The problem is that both of her opponents are also shooting fire. That's fair, Mike. Man. Do you smell that? It smells like something's burning. Oh, Jules is in the chat watching along with us. JVD, the Dutch Dragon.
Seriously? Jules is there? Well, hello, Mr. Jules.
Soon to be movie star Jules Van Dongen. And he will be one of the fan favorites to anyone watching that movie. There's good-looking people, and then there's Jules Van Dongen, who is in a tier of his own. Unfortunately, so is my other commentator in the movie, so I will look even more hideous next to that. Oh, and that last start is devastating. Does not leave a finish. And now Olivia Terry will get the first look at the finish. And with a 1-0 scoreline, that's a rough dart. It's a shark.
Olivia Terry delivering another hat trick.
Do. 82 left.
Caitlin Myers wants at least 150 here. She'll accept the load time.
There's the hat trick from Caitlin Myers. And that's more what I expect to see out of Caitlin. Playing in the Booyah Cup today. Met her last year in the Booyah Cup, and she definitely impressed.
Speaking of impressed, do we got another 150?
No! But a 107 is good enough right now. Vanessa on 163, there's no finish that you can do math-wise with 3 darts from that. Unfortunately, you got to hit a bullseye here. What's up, Patrick? Patrick Kithy in the chat.
Mr. Kilthy, how are you doing, my friend?
Such an underrated, talented dart player. Who's not underrated is OT from the TO. 45.55, 11 darter in the last leg to win that 2-0. Paula Murphy and Olivia Terry made that look way too easy, and they will take on Liz Tynan and Abby Spot for the queen seat. And I'm pretty sure we're probably going to have that match on stream at some point. But right now, we got a battle of brewing. Ryan Jarvis, which is after I asked him how he pronounces his last name, and Robbie Weissmith taking on Alex Spellman and Jason Watt. And don't adjust your screens. Jason Watt is that tall, where his eye line is at the treble 20. And to tell you the difference in height there between the two of us, my eye line is at the bullseye, like a normal person.
Really?
And then some people have their eye line below the bullseye.
Mine's at trip 19.
It's not that low.
It's close.
As we watch these players from this beautiful viewpoint here. Sean Green joined by Ryan Mooneyham. Tell you, the events coming up today is massive. The Booyah Cup finale in Darkhorse Classic, starting at 2 p.m. for the women's Booyah Cup finale and 3 p.m. for the men's Booyah Cup finale. A lot of money on the line. And two-time defending champion Leonard Gates, two-time runner-up Danny Baggish are both in the field. So are these two gentlemen right here. Alex Spellman, my favorite that I've mentioned. As we're going to head to a short break as we wait for the opponents to arrive to the dartboard. So stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
average is the greatest darting force on the planet. Bullseye! Oh! We got one! The fish has been landed. We know he's too good. The world number 1, world champion. Incredible stuff.
It's Women's History Month. A to Z Darts is celebrating by encouraging you to show your love for the ladies in our industry. We've dedicated a page on our website called Women in Darts, where you can browse all of our female signature darts and flights. If you don't see your favorite player, simply check with your local supplier. And don't forget to thank your female bar owners, league organizers, or the women that are employed with the manufacturers in darts. If you love our company, we're always proud to share that we have a strong female leadership and perspective here. We're led by a female CEO and general manager. We have women leading our online sales, wholesale, and warehouse departments. I myself act as the creative director for all of our brands, A to Z Darts, Magicware, and USA Darts Production, where we live stream some of the best female talent in the world. There are so many women in darts that make our world go round, and we hope you take the time all year long to show them your appreciation. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back to the 2024 Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup finale live in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, and that is Alex Spellman starting off perfect here in the opening leg. This is double in, double out, split bowl 501 freeze, and this is the winner side of the pro division of this doubles 01 format. Ryan, so far, this has been a heck of a day, and it's only going to get better from here.
This is the teaser event. This is to get the juices going and get these folks ready to play in the finale. And they're putting on some spectacular performances for us on the stream, not including what they're doing on the floor.
You're not wrong here, as you see the bearded dart guy, a.k.a. Jason Watt, getting on the board and getting going. Here is Whiz Kid. We're in that super smart jersey today. It is atomically brilliant. So here we go. Alex Bellman.
Still perfect. Still perfect.
Oh, and you did not blow it. He has a chance at a 9. He's on the 9. And what a heck of a 9 that would be.
Double in, double out 9 on top of that.
Some would say it would be a history maker, so to speak. For those of you unfamiliar, that is how Brendan Dolan got his nickname. By hitting the double in, double out 9-darter. Nikki Marie watching along in the chat. Better half of Danny Baggish. And an absolute saint, obviously, for putting up with all that. I see him for 1 week, and I'm exhausted for 8 weeks afterwards.
Yeah, I'm done.
But he's so lovable.
Oh, he's great.
All
Super
right.
awesome.
Here's Einstein. I like the jersey, honestly.
It's a good jersey.
It's about the coolest looking
I
other
think it's
Einstein face
awesome.
I've ever seen. There's only one way to make a jersey with a giant face on it work, and it's probably like that.
Speaking of giant work here.
Alex Bellman, treble 20. Blew it. Everyone booed. Trip 19.
Yep, 57.
Trip 15, left 36. That works as just good. What? He's on a 10-darter, which is pretty phenomenal in double in, double out. Sorry, it's phenomenal.
This is phenomenal.
Good cover shots from Ryan, but at this point, this is the Alex Spellman show, and everyone else is just has a supporting role in this opening leg. That might not be the case in leg number 2, though. Heather Fuller, no. BDG is not related to Spellman. They do both have pretty nice beards. BDG's is better, and I am biased. There's a reason why he's a bearded dart guy. He is also taller than Alex, even though Alex is not a small human being. And that's one of those, I'm throwing a 19.89, but it does not matter at all with Alex Bellman on 36 after 9. For the 10-darter, blew that, so 11-darter. He's making a mess out of it and bust it. No, he just goes ahead and leaves double 4. Good news is that he might be back unless his partner goes double bowl, double bowl, double bowl. Which, again, I just don't know why you wouldn't here if you're Jason Watt. It'd be so cool. Paul, if I don't have the commentators first, then what am I doing here? Looking at the 19s. Yeah, with the 19 route. I like that move.
Moves to trip 20.
And it did not matter what he did there at all. His partner's on 8. That's all that really matters in this leg. Robbie's going to need a lot more darts than 3 to make a difference right now. Just gear up for leg number 2. It's only leg number 1 here. And they race to 2 format. And it's loser start, so Jervis and Weissmith will go first here in leg number 2, which is supposed to be an automatic advantage, but you never know. Guys, hit the like button, hit that share button. Let everybody know we are live here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin for the Booyah Cup. This is only the 3rd annual Booyah Cup, and the way that this event has grown so far is just absolutely insane.
It's incredible. It's on the calendar every year to come up and commentate. It's just an exciting event. We've watched it grow, and it's been enhanced, and more money's being handed out. It's just incredible.
Well, Alex
what?
Spellman, another perfect start. 160 right out the gate. You cannot do better than that. See, and now look, the scoreboard's different. True double in, double out.
I wonder if they actually are setting up their own legs, that they just chose the wrong setup.
It's always a possibility. Watt looking to be perfect in as well as his partner. And he does so. Well, advantage player 3 and 4. They both start off pretty ideal, and Ryan, I think, looked back and said, hey, you guys, you don't have to do this to us. Like, if you were going to massacre us, you could have done that on a sideboard. Or maybe saying, I can also do that, guys. See? That's a 180 from Ryan Jervis. And Spellman looks not phased at all. He knew immediately when he left his hand that where it was going, and this is, again, just another thing that screams to me favorite for Booyah Cup finale, Alex Spellman. Man, Ryan, what do you think of that round? I'm just kidding. You weren't paying attention at all. Jason Watt steps up, 3:55 left, cannot leave a finish, but would love to just do whatever he can to make it a little bit easier, potentially on his partner. But advantage right now, Jarvis and Weissmith.
Jarvis and Weissmith's got to have this leg tied up 1-1. They'll cork to see who goes first in leg 3 if it goes there.
And that is a big if.
Well, we've already seen him put up one big round. Has he got another one? Looks like it.
Paul Rogers, if there's actually a taco truck outside, we need to have that confirmed immediately because Taco Saturday.
Did you say taco truck?
Yeah, we did. All right, well, commentators are going to leave for a second. We're going to take a very short break for about a half an hour. Will has volunteered not to eat today, so he'll be the one on mic. So if you guys just don't want to deal with that, you guys come back in about a half an hour? I'm just kidding. We're going to stay here. Big darts from the Whiz Kid. That's a 180. Compliments of Anthony Eugenia.
I like that call for 180. That's a 180.
It's simply perfect.
It's simplicity, it's perfect, and it's Anthony Eugenia.
And it's unique, which is, I think, what he's trying to do. And that is a miscount. That is a miscount of epic proportions, just in case. It's probably not a miscount of proportions at all. But, guys, it's much better if it sounds like it's life or death. Double 18. Let's go to a last leg decider.
Beautiful shot, beautiful shot.
11 darter there from Ryan Jervis. And we are going the distance. Dave, we are so glad as well. We're happy to be here, honored to be here at the Booyah Cup. Say what you want about his mustache, but Jeremy Byrne knows how to put on a dart tournament. That is almost a perfect bull shot dart because it's just blocking anything that Ryan can do to beat it.
Yep, and inside the black looks like, yep.
And there it is.
We've already seen Spellman open up twice perfect darts. Has he got a third time in him?
Oh, he does. He might not do it, but he does. Patrick Weber in the chat saying, pretty good one here. Oh, you're not wrong. It's so good that I'm not even going to leave it for tacos. And you guys saw my shape of my body today on the pre-show, so you know what I'm talking about. It means a lot. Spellman does not start off perfect, so he is human.
Yeah,
Ryan
that was a beautiful
stays
start.
dead even with him.
Beautiful 120 start for Spellman. Ryan backs him up with a 120. BDG looking to get in.
Gets it.
And your favorite shot on the 32 Open.
It's just a good cover shot. Emily Porter saying hi. Hello. William saying don't jinx him. You know, there's a lot of superstitious people in darts.
That's like anything. I mean,
I'm just a little stitious. But a lot of these people are superstitious.
Spellman continuing on.
I wonder if Alex knows that there's other targets somewhere on that dartboard.
Why, if you're that good on the top segment, why hammer it? Why not hammer it?
He's not hit any of them, so I'm just wondering if he has seen that before. I mean, that is Alex Spellman at the top of his game and focused right there with how he's playing right now. Expecting 180s and getting frustrated with 140s. BDG just going to continue to play the compliment role.
Bound to the 19s. Did not like the 20s. Not happy with that turn.
Yeah, 47, not the best, but we'll see what happens. Will's just trying to get rid of me. Will came in to show me a menu, but fun fact, one of everything is all I need.
With extra cheese.
Always extra cheese.
Spellman back on that trip 20.
Ooh, look at this. The next match coming up on our stream is going to be a good one, but right now, Alex Spellman, that's a 180. He's throwing a 48.89. Not too shabby. Ryan is stuck with him every step of the way, though. Trying to do so again. Trying to do so again. Anything you can do, I can do the exact same. Alex, who? And that is exactly why I mentioned earlier that Soldier might have a potential upset scenario.
Great stuff out of Ryan Gervis. It's going to come down to the Whiz Kid or Watt on who's going to help their opponent get to the point.
Wow, Jason Watt, BDG. The 171 could not have come at a better moment.
Whiz Kid needs to stay in the same location.
And not going to do enough to freeze no matter what. So Spellman will get a look at the 61. And potentially might freeze his partner if Alex does not take out the 61, and that's a big if. 25?
Yep, I like that.
36.
He's a big fan of 36 out.
An 11 darter in the last leg decider. Alex Spellman, Jason Watt, get the job done, move on. And we have a open doubles 501 open and master out match for the first time today coming to our stream next. Adam Turner and Josh Lisi taking on Anthony Dunklin and then 13-year-old Liam Musser.
We're going to get our first look at the young gun, so let's...
He is in the white and blue.
Yep.
There. So hit that like button, hit that share button. You're about to see maybe one of the most talented 13-year-olds you've ever seen play darts. And his dart nickname is, of course, the Kid. Because what else could it possibly be? All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the start of this match right after this. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, Will Stewart. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2024 Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup. Sean Green joined by Ryan Mooneyham in the booth. We have for you an open doubles 501 open and master out on our stream right now. This is Anthony Dunklin stepping to the line. The teams are Adam Turner, who you just saw throw first, and Josh Lisi taking on Anthony Dunklin and Liam Musser. And Anthony starts off with a hat trick. Open in, master out is the actual format here, even though it does say open on the board, which might be a problem later on, but not our problem. So, and here is Josh Lisi. First look at him today. Well, any of these players today, and there he is. 13-year-old Liam Musser.
Boy, he doesn't move. Got a good-looking shot.
That is
Smooth
a
delivery.
Wow. That kid is going to be so good in the dart community for a long time. Asked him earlier when he started playing darts, and he said his dad opened up a bar about 8 years ago, so he's been doing it ever since. And this is the open doubles 501 open and master outside. So this is the non-pro side for those of you wondering if you can compete at the Booyah Cup. Most likely no.
Yes.
And my stupidity is I think I want to play in the blind draw later, and I am going to let down anyone who gets me.
Well, maybe I'll draw you, and we'll just be the
thank God.
the anchor. And
I don't want to only play for 25 minutes.
Well, geez, I will be out there for 2 legs.
That is such a unique throw that works so well for Josh Lisi. And there's 0 things wrong with this throw whatsoever. That might be the best throw I've seen.
6 darts, perfect.
That's gross. Grossly good. I could watch that kid play darts all day long. And funny is that I just met him today, and I did not know exactly where he was from before I met him. But as soon as he started talking, I knew I did not need to ask that question. He was definitely a Wisconsinite. He has the perfect Wisconsin accent. And I have a feeling we might, at some point this weekend, get him in front of a camera. That might be a good interview to do, so we can look back in 7 years when he's a world champion and say, we interviewed him when he was 13.
Well, the way that dart delivery is and the smooth throw, 6 perfect darts, I wouldn't doubt it.
At the same time, this is the exact type of person that anyone who struggles with darts hates at 13 years old. Guys, he's throwing a perfect leg of 01, first time on stream, 13 years old, after asking, hey, are you going to have any of the open doubles on stream?
Yep.
And it might not matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. He was
9
on
perfect
the perfect
darts,
darts.
doesn't get a chance to look at 51 just by going second.
Look at the 45-5-5, a 40, a 35, and then Liam's perfect. 50. My goodness. Well, are you not entertained? Hit that share button. That kid is crazy good. My goodness. Jules said needed the trip for free, so looking at the
score line.
There, and I did not recognize that. I'm happy that Jules did.
Another 150.
Yeah, Brandon Neal said that's silky smooth lefty throw. I hate all lefty throws for the most part. That is my only favorite. Yeah, Jules, the AM side does have the freeze rule as well. So you were right to point that out.
Yep, I missed it.
Yeah, that's Ryan's job.
It's my job.
He's the expert.
I'm not no expert. But anyway, so we were watching him throw 9 perfect darts.
Yep.
Didn't look at his strategy.
If I'm him, I just throw the trip 17 first.
Yeah, I mean, that third dart, trip 17.
He missed a dart and got upset at it. Did you see that? And then that led to
didn't
the
back it
second
up.
miss. But again, I want to make sure that you guys understand, just because, you know, it's worth mentioning every time he throws. 13 years old. The kid is in 7th or 8th grade. And his partner is in fuego right now. Perfect through 6 darts himself. What a team this is. No wonder this team is on the winner side.
Exactly. They're just continually to punish.
Taking on another team that's no wonder they're on the winner side.
Another 150. We got a clinic going on for hat tricks.
And the open side. This is the open division. Well, Liam only 67 points scored there. It's one of those things where he has trouble adjusting when he misses, if you didn't notice that.
Very, very trouble just adjusting. I mean, it's part of the game, part of the experience, part of the growth as a player.
Absolutely. 1,000%. And it'll be something that he will learn.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, by far, and there's no offense to anyone in my dart club. I just want everybody to know that. By far, the most talented 13-year-old I've seen. Yeah. No. That's wrong, Will. Yeah, it's the other way.
Adam continues to punish that bullseye.
Continues to be perfect. Until I said that. He really wanted it, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's on an 11-darter again. I mean, he threw a sneaky 11-darter because we were focused on this kid who, I mean, again, if he misses one, he's missing two.
It's just,
you know?
They're right there. The grouping is incredible.
Hello, Charles Tyler. So, 1-0 scoreline. Turner and Lisi have just held court against the pressure that has been the Dunklin Musser team. I know this. Whoever is in this bracket still on the loser side hates watching whatever's going on right now.
Oh, my goodness. That backside of the bracket is going to be difficult to get back here, and then you got to take on one of these two teams.
Anthony, not going to be able to take it out, and that actually might be the difference in this match.
57.
That might be it.
Goes for it. He doesn't grab it, but
Adam's got 88.
I was going to say, Adam returns with 88.
And with the freeze situation going on, it's looking more and more likely that Turner and Lacey. It is master out, so he cannot take it out now. So he has to do something to leave a finish here.
I'd go 3 or 17.
I agree with that. Just throw it at that wire. He likes to live a little bit more dangerously there. That's still good.
It's still good. I mean, if he would have hit the 17 double one, he would 3 would have been double 8. So he did go ahead and decrease his score, and he does have a good double to finish.
Hat trick or bust here for Liam. And does not get that last dart in there. Right now, not frozen, but it's about to be.
Lisi's job right here is to freeze. All I'm going to worry about is scoring to freeze my opponents. That'll do it. Big 150, at least 29, but he's froze out his opponents. Dunklin cannot take it out.
No, he cannot. So he will try to not to leave anything handy here. Double 12. Ugh, don't do that. Abort mission. Guys, in freeze rule, do me a huge favor from this point forward, anyone who's watching along. If you have 28 left and you're frozen, do not hit a single 14. Because if you hit the double 14, you lose the leg. And
it's okay, Adam. You busted it, but you will return.
He will, but this is the type of moment. Liam, more than capable of unfreezing his partner and putting some pressure on this 29. And that's why he's taking a little step back. I think it's just making sure the math, which this is honestly maturity, to just make sure what do I need to do, making sure can I take this out, which you can. 162 is doable. Can't do it now. And that's one of those where you kind of had to make a choice. Do you go for the win or do you go for the freeze?
You have to go for the win because
you're
not going to be able to freeze. Lacey, 29.
My beautiful wife in the chat making a great point says, I can't stop thinking about how that kid's jersey is a Dixie cup, like the kind from before he was born. And
There's
Josh
an out.
Lacey finishes the job. 2-1 win for Turner and Lisi, but Dunklin and Musser are going to be extremely tough in the loser side of the bracket, and I'm so happy we got to see that kid play. I could watch that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. And here we go. Another match. This is Jason Will. And here he is a huge supporter of what we do. I see his name in our chat often. He's playing with Brad Scott. They're taking on Jamie Barassa and Scott Gustafson. Here's Scott with a sweet stash. He is giving Jeremy Byrne a run for his money with that handlebar mustache. You know he has a motorcycle.
Yep. Damon Hedda, look at his. He's got that beautiful stash now on stage.
Yeah, it's terrible. Listen, Damon, you might even be listening to this. I hope that you are. It was so awesome for you to do that for Movember, for prostate cancer and all that. And sadly, but that was the assumption that that's what that was for because of how ridiculous it looked. And you've kept it since then. You do you, brother, but whew. And I've seen it in person, and in person, it's still just, it's gorgeous, but just not his style. He's too Australian for a handlebar mustache, you know?
I think it's great.
You would.
I like handlebar mustaches. I think I won't wear one, but they're cool.
Won't or can't? Oh, you can. I can see it.
I can. And I've shaved one in before, but I look stupid.
Yep. Weirdly enough, so does Damon Hedda. But you were trying to be nice about it. All right, here we go. We know who you're rooting for. You're rooting for Scott.
I can't root for anybody, but I will tell you I do have a friend in the fire for this one.
Rodney asking a question. I'm going to guess he's one of our overseas viewers, which I am happy to answer. Honestly, can't stop thinking why players are allowed to have earbuds in while playing. Do Americans have no concentration or ability to block noise out without them? I would say that it's more of a comfort level thing than anything else, since a lot of leagues and stuff like that are played in loud bars, sometimes on karaoke night or trivia night.
Yeah, that.
And players just get used to wearing headphones when they play. And as long as there's no rule against it, I more than welcome that happening. Now, that being said, I need to make this perfectly clear, John Mink. If you have a partner that wears earphones and you don't, and your partner takes his time, his sweet time, getting to the line to throw with a timer of 30 seconds, and he cannot hear you yell, throw the dart with 4 seconds left, and you end up losing the match because of that, because he gets skipped on his turn. I hate headphones. But other than that scenario, I think they're absolutely fine. And if that doesn't answer your question, hopefully it does. But they're just used to it. It's a comfort thing at this point. They can all play without them, but if they get the ability to play with them, I don't do it.
I don't play.
I've tried to do it before. It just does not work for me. I like to hear myself talk. Everybody knows that. So I can't do that with headphones in.
I don't like headphones. I also don't drink, so.
Well, Jamie's been in the booth with us all day long, hanging out, and then he goes out there and he's just doing damage, throwing perfect so far.
First time on the stream, 6 perfect darts out of Mr. Barassa from Joplin, Missouri.
You rode up here with him?
I did ride up here with him.
Well, you got a ride from him up here.
No, he rode with me.
Oh, okay, nice. What was your music preference in the car on the way up?
Music? Oh, it's always 80s hair band.
That's interesting for you.
Oh, yeah.
Without the hair.
No, with no hair, I want 80s hair band. I would flow the locks if I had them.
Speaking of flowing.
Bam!
Scotty Too Hottie gets a hat trick on the board. Mr. Gustafson. Handlebar, mustache, and all. Just let you know that if you look good, you can play good. And yes, I realized that I, as an English teacher, really, really annoyed myself. Nice low ton for Mr. Scott. And I want everybody to know that is actually his last name. I'm not making I'm not saying it on purpose like Abby Spot would. As soon as we said it, Jamie no longer perfect, but I did not know who I was sitting next to this whole time. We got a pro in our booth the entire weekend, Mr. Jamie Barassa.
Playing well, playing well. 8 out of 9 perfect darts. I actually made him come to this event.
Wearing his B&B jersey, throwing smoke jersey, and it works for him because he's throwing smoke right now.
Bulls and Brewskis.
Porky pointing out that guy approaches just like Gary, just adjusts his eyes and then just goes. And look at this. Mr. Scott, another low ton. But Jamie, 84 left. Master out is the format here.
Bull for 34.
Oh, he does it a fun way. Treble 16 for double 18. Big dart from Jamie Barassa.
45.55 on the turn. First game. Bulls and Brewskis got their first win. Go into leg 2.
And we also need to point out that the hat, shirt, shoes combination, and he's wearing Hey Dudes. Look at those things. Those are glorious. He bought those just for that jersey.
He bought those just for you.
No, he bought them. He bought them just for
man.
St. Louis Cardinals is what he bought them for, and they are glorious. Again, you look the part, you can play the part. Here's Jason Will. Got a huge compliment from Porky earlier, saying that throws very similar to Garrett Rakowski. Danielle Lacey in the chat saying, "Let's go." Guys, can't tell you how much we appreciate you all turning in with us. And Jamie having the after amazing leg mess up.
Oh, my goodness.
So
Commentator curse. Did I call it? No, we're not there. Will and Scott taking on Gustafson and Barassa. This is for the chance to make the king and seat match.
Where they will take on the buzzsaw that we just saw earlier. And Turnier and Lacey.
Upcoming match next will be the women's queen seat match.
Yes, it will, and I'm excited for that one. As you should be, too. Abby Spot, Liz Tynan, Olivia Terry, Paulie Murphy. I'm just going to say this. I don't know. I have not memorized the ladies' bracket, right? I don't know. Minus Chrissy Grimmel, if anyone's missing in this match for the Kings or for the Queen seat that we're about to see, that is not one of the top 4 favorites. Top 5 favorites are in this match. If you add Chrissy Grimmel to that,
Yep.
and I might be missing one, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't think so.
Faxton and Uyghur would be one to think about. They are sitting in the 4th place. Or the 4th round, still on the backside, with others still coming along. That would be maybe another one that probably didn't get a good opening match.
I want to let you know that I was talking about for the Booyah finale today for the women's. These 4 ladies are 4 of the 5 favorites.
Yes,
to win the entire thing. All right, Mr. Scott throws in another low ton. Goes by Great Scott, which I like. Speaking of Great Scott, here is Scott Gustafson.
Back on that bullseye. Needs a third.
Making the bowl sing. Jason Will right now out in front with 281 in the driver's seat. Just needs to continue the way he's been playing.
Another 150 to back it up. Solid averages across the bottom. Barraza was perfect 9 for 10 in the last leg. Looks to get his team back in it.
And there's a hat trick out of him.
Hammers at home. Hammers at home, Mr. Barraza.
I'm telling you what, when Meredith was in here and had us sign those jerseys, she probably should have just gotten it from Jamie.
I don't know why they wanted my signature.
Good. Thank you, Paul, for that update from the room. Paul Rogers is my reporter on site today, giving us updates from the room. You can see him back there. I love him to death. Paul, someone needs to get you some headphones.
He's laughing.
Yeah.
He's
Love
laughing.
you to death, but my God, you need some headphones, buddy. You have come to too many dart tournaments for too long to just not prepare for this type of scenario, buddy.
You got he's cracked up now.
Like, what are you doing, man? First of all, only people around Ryan's age and older, no offense to anyone else, would listen to anything without headphones on their device loudly, so you could hear it in this room that's probably not quiet. I'm just saying, a good pair of headphones goes a long way, Paul. You only have to put one in, bud. You'll hear it way clearer than you're hearing us right now.
I don't own headphones. Back to the match.
We know. I said anyone your age or older. I already assumed that, buddy. And honestly, it was a safe bet.
You are a safe bet. Not having the dart 1. Needs to hammer the bull for 2 more.
Nicest thing you've ever said to me. Vince, I was going to play in the blind draw tonight, but then I saw what even just the open division's throwing right now, and I didn't know the open division was just Pro 2.0 that gets bullseyes to look at instead of 20s, but no thank you. I would rather take my chances in an exhibition against Will.
We can put that on.
I know.
I wouldn't want to play Will.
Why?
He's so good.
I don't think
Back
you
to the
understand
match.
the process of trash talk and how much that can affect somebody.
Scott.
And if that doesn't fail, a good kick to the shin will help.
Nice 150 here. Could set that freeze.
Yeah, he's trying to make it a little bit chillier in here for the 14.
Oh. Went for the triple to try to do it.
Yep, sure
Unable to happen.
I appreciate the fact that he shot the right shot there. And there you go. Jason Will gets it done. Let's go to leg number 3. Barraza, Gustafson, 1. Scott Will, 1. Or Will Scott. Jason going to shoot for the bull first. And a blocker dart, but Jamie's going to feel pretty good about being able to beat that. And he does so. Last leg decider. Danielle asking, is that you, Ryan Mooneyham? Danielle Lacey.
Yep, that's me. Hello, Daniel.
I think he just called you Daniel. I just want you to know that.
No, I said Daniel.
Must have been the Ozarks accent or something like that.
Leave my hick accent alone. Back to the match.
You realize I'm from Indiana. Do you know what a Hoosier, what that actually the definition of a Hoosier is?
You know I lived in your city for 3 years, right?
But you know what a Hoosier
They asked me to leave.
accent
My
is?
accent.
Yeah. I would have too. A Hoosier, by definition, is a country bumpkin.
Okay. I'm not a country bumpkin. I'm a hillbilly. You're lucky I wear shoes.
I have a tattoo from a guy named Billy Hill because he wanted to be hillbilly in the phone book. And then, of course, joke's on him because there's no more phone books. JWA, this is the non-pro. The pro doubles is still going on currently. The king seat match will be taking place on our streaming board at some point soon after I'm sure the ladies' king seat is. And that is, we just switched off it for no reason whatsoever. Jason Watt and Alex Spellman taking on Danny Baggish and Leonard Gates. You know, just 4 nobodies.
I never heard of them. We'll have to go introduce ourselves.
They must be having the run of their lives today. 4 unknowns.
Yeah, I mean.
David versus David.
David versus Goliath or Goliath versus Goliath? Which one is it?
Well, if we're going by what we're trying to do, it's David versus David. But in reality, it is definitely 2 Goliaths.
Especially
4 Goliaths.
The size of
yes.
Spellman and Watt.
Baggish is the point guard in that foursome.
You would give him that reference.
Then we have 2 power forwards and a center.
Unhappy with that turn.
I think there's quite a few players that are unhappy with this right now. And guys, by the way, this is exactly why this is the non-pro division. You've seen how talented these players are, right? It is all consistency. Good for them. Need new blood winning these things.
Yeah.
We agree, and that's why we really appreciate the fact that, you know, they decided to play with just random people they've never met before.
I think they met here for the first time.
Last-minute signups for sure.
Off
Scott
the-
with a low ton.
Both of them came off the orphan list.
Right now, Mr. Scott is leading the way heading into round number 2. And he's staying pretty good.
Not happy with dart 2. Makes dart 3 count.
Yeah, his throw is more of a flick of his fingers.
I was sitting there thinking
Yeah.
that when he's got that
because he doesn't have that
flick.
follow-through.
Nope. He's got a little bit of a jerk forward, too.
Jamie has a great follow-through. And finds the low ton. Needed a low ton there, especially after the start that he had.
It was perfect in leg 1, really good in leg 2. Leg 3 was a struggle to start. Back at the game with a low ton. This is a back-and-forth match.
Oh, 100%. Exactly what we're looking for in a top 4 match of the open side. I will say this, though, and I'm just being completely honest with this, even though these players might just be struggling in this match. I am favoriting the other team that is playing in the King seat right now based on, if you look at both averages here. Adam Turner and Josh Lacey definitely threw way more firepower than either of these 4 are right now. And
that is exactly right. We were quickly through that last top 4 match. Turner was on fire. 9 darts, he's looking in and out quick, both legs.
Well, you see it right there. If you're looking for some dart products, I said fur. Did you hear that? Mm-hmm. That was Indy. Winmore has you covered with all of your needs. Just go to a-zdarts.com/Winmore Launch 2024. Just hit that link. It'll take you right there where you might see some darts from maybe some players that might be playing up on our streaming board soon.
Could very well be. 302 plays 269. Gotta go here.
We are talking about the King seat match, and we want to be perfectly clear, though, that does not mean that we can forget at all about the next matchup that's coming up on our streaming boards, and that is the women's doubles Queen seat match. Abby Spott, Liz Tynan, taking on Olivia Terry and Paula Murphy. And Jason, wire.
We've all been there. Dart 1 didn't go. Dart 2 didn't go. And he did. You could notice that he didn't hesitate. He regrouped, gave himself another look, and then threw the bull. You gotta remember that. Just Dart 1 and Dart 2 don't go. Give yourself a second. Recompose yourself. Throw for the third dart, because that third dart is just as important.
It's all about perspective, right? Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, I am so happy with that round if I go wire because I was so close to the bullseye, and I'm so excited about that. Whereas a lot of other players, perspective-wise, that's a frustrating round for them because they're right there and they miss.
Exactly. But stay composed. Stay composed because you get 3 darts. Even if you struggle on 1 and 2, give that third dart an opportunity to score well. We've seen a lot of people throw away that third dart, and then your opponent misses an out, and you should have just got yourself set up better.
Well, great Scott putting himself in prime position here. Jamie needs a big round. It's really a battle of player 1 and player 2 taking on player 3 and player 4, and player 3 and player 4, or 2 and 4, the second player on both teams, are the ones leading the pack, which bit of a different scenario, but big treble 19.
Big grab for the 19.
Paul Rogers, you qualify for those by playing in the online qualifiers that go on throughout the year leading up to this event. There were 16 qualifiers for the men, and I'm going to guess 16 qualifiers for the women.
I believe so. No,
8 qualifiers for the women.
That's 16 opportunities, and a lot of them played several of them, and several of them only played one.
Vince Roy being a John Madden in the chat here, saying Will Stewart greater than Sean Green. Needs to be on the stream. That's like saying if he takes his 153 out, he wins. Oh, Scotty.
Looking for the freeze.
Scotty.
Looking for the freeze. Didn't grab it, but
Nope.
he did grab a good finish if he gets it.
And he did freeze. That is enough. 122 versus 131. So the 115 cannot go. That being said, that is a bold move to play for the freeze right there instead of go for the win. It works out for him very well, and at the end of the day, it probably was the right move. I just don't necessarily agree wholeheartedly with it, if that makes sense.
I'm going to disagree. I'm thinking going for the freeze.
Cool.
Going for the freeze. Give your opponent 72. Give your partner 72 to take. 20 for the bull.
Yep. There's the 20. Bullseye for the match and a spot in the king seat. And
There it
Jamie
is.
gets it done.
Big stuff. Big stuff from Mr. Barassa. Bullseye's Brewski's team throwing smoke, going to the king seat match.
Yes, they are. Where they're about to face what can only be described as the 1960 to the 1980 Soviet Union hockey squad of the Open Division, and Josh Lisi and Adam Turner. But before that, you want to talk about star power, you want to talk about firepower, you want to talk about talent, experience. It is the 4 ladies that are about to play on board number other side. Liz
Board
Tynan,
number other side.
Abby Spott, OT from the TO, and Paula Murphy. Again, it does not get too much better talent-wise than these 4 ladies on this board. If either of these teams played in the Open Division, 501 Open and Master Out, they would be favorites.
Exactly.
And that includes against maybe the greatest team of all time in Adam Turner and Josh Lisi. And I'm not overstating anything. So we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, the queen seat match for the ladies doubles right after this. Don't go anywhere. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, Will Stewart. Be right back.
This game is going to be key. You can tell by the way they're scoring. There may be nothing in it. One man misses, does the other man get? Yes! Double 12! That is the most amazing leg dance you will ever see in your life! I can't state! Double 12! And the 9 Dark King lands another one! Covered by Team Michael. Double 12! Backgoing! Michael Backgoing! Luke Humphries, the ascension is complete. Incredible stuff.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Booyah Cup, live here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. Sean Green, joined by Ryan Mooneyham at some point. This is the Queen Seat match of the women's doubles. 501 open out is the actual format, although this is set up as master out, so that'll obviously be a problem later on. But right now, we'll see what happens. Paula Murphy, Olivia Terry taking on Abby Spott and Liz Tynan. And if you do not know those four names, welcome to Beyond the Rock. Paula Murphy is an international superstar in darts, top 8 in the Women's World Darts Championship at Lakeside this year, losing only to some 19-year-old named Bo Greaves, who is the 2-time defending world champion. So no harm, no foul there. Her partner, Olivia Terry, is Booyah Cup runner-up last year for the women's. And the talent that Olivia Terry has is immense, and the personality is even bigger. Liz Tynan has been a staple of women's darts for as long as she has been playing. Chicago native and represents that very well with a hat trick right there. So I just ran through the talent here, Mr. Mooneyham, that is on this board. It's really second to none on the ladies' side right now.
Oh, you are not incorrect there. They're all decorated. They've all done several things. They've all traveled overseas. They've represented the United States on both Team USA and international events. This is a pleasure to have them here together.
Mama Spot in the chat saying good luck, ladies. And right when that happens, hat trick from Abby Spot. Talking to the ladies earlier, the Aki is awesome, right? The raised Aki from Winmore, and I'm going to make that perfectly clear. They are struggling with dealing with a raised Aki maybe for the first time. If you notice, or you have to keep in mind, these are the only 2 boards with a raised Aki in the entire venue. That might be something to consider down the line when you think about those types of things. But Abby took a leg to figure out how to throw against that Aki. She doesn't do that. She doesn't play steel tip at all, so she wouldn't be used to that kind of feeling. But after the first leg, she got the feeling down of where she needed to put her footing, and since then, lights out.
I like playing with an Aki.
Me too.
I like the raised fill. I notice sometimes that I will find myself wanting to creep on the tape line, the Aki.
Yep.
I place up against it, I plant, and I kind of lean a little bit more forward. I think I have a little more control than a tape line, but that's just because all my years playing steel tip.
Abby's reasoning was hilarious, by the way. She's like, it took me a while to get used to it. You know, I'm a leaner, so it's because she moves forward when she throws the dart, and she's trying not to trip when she's playing. She stayed back on that one, and that was not the right move for her. 8 points scored total. There's a first time for everything, you know. I'm pretty sure she said freaking 8 loudly enough for everyone to hear in the entire place.
I heard it, and I'm way in here.
Paul, it is not up to me on the blind draw tonight. The only thing that matters is when does the Booyah Cup end, because that is obviously the well, it's really the only reason I'm here, to be fair, is to do commentary for that beautiful event. Someone's got to do it, and it might as well be me. Paula Murphy, 174 left. Starts it off the right way. Another one of those. Oh.
Did you see it hit that dart and bounce out right into the trip?
When I heard the treble, I was so excited because I just assumed that it went right back in there. My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not entertained by this talent, I don't know what else we can do or what else the ladies can do. It doesn't get much better than this. The queen seat match here. And Abby taking off leg number 1 again, which is another bold move, but it paid off for them last time.
Well, we'd seen Abby struggle in the last match, the first leg, and then she came out with 11 darter, 12 darter.
Yeah. And that's something that you almost expect to happen when she throws a 23 NPR or PPR in the first leg. Really shot that second dart at the bullseye as well. That's because of the freeze in place, for those of you that are just joining us and wondering that scenario. 225 is way more than 100 and whatever else she had left. 100 plus. 1111. Oh, that's so on the wire. All right, Abby. 225.
Needs the hattie right here. Right now's the time to drop that hat.
And let's point it out because we need to. She gave up too soon in this leg. If she would have focused those last 2 darts in the last round, she might have had a chance here to maybe.
The other thing is, if you know this leg is gone,
get a chance.
You struggled through it, make that last turn, something to set you up for the next turn.
All right, so let's see. Can someone tell them to change the formatting because it's open out for them? You sneaky there, bud. And, yep, they already figured it out, it looks like. They're just doing it that way anyway. Whatever. Mike Maloney says no. Do you guys think the raised Aki gives advantage to the steel shooters? Just curious. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be open out. Yeah, but it's okay. As long as they, just master out.
No, they can't because it's open out. Because if you hit a fat 7.
But who cares? These ladies can just master out. That'd be fun.
All right, well.
You tell me that these 4 ladies should not be playing master out.
Trust me, they can do exactly what those. But if I need 17 points to win and I want to win my spot into the finale, I want with the right format.
We should honestly do. Yeah, we should honestly do this where the winner of the women's doubles plays the winners of the open doubles, and if the women win that, or whoever wins that one plays the pro winner. Just in like a best of 3, just to see.
Do we have a
just to see if that can mesh.
We still got those 4 unknowns in that pro bracket finale. I don't know those guys.
Mike Maloney makes a great point here in the chat. It's a huge advantage for everyone with a raised Aki. Maybe takes a leg to get used to, but it shouldn't do anything but help players because of the stabilization that you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
Now, that being said, the one disadvantage that can occur with those mats from Winmore is if a player stands far enough to the left or the right of that Aki, because then their foot is half on a different surface area.
Exactly.
And that can be the only thing that can affect them. So the one thing that I would say from the Winmore raised Aki that I would change is just right after the Aki, you have nothing else behind it. You can't, no more clear coating.
No, I agree with you on that. However, that is a new product coming out. We might see some changes to it.
It's a great new product.
It's a cool new product, especially if you're, it's designed for you to, more than anything, to have at home. But you want to have an Aki and you're playing in an office or you're playing in a spare bedroom or whatever. You're not going to drill down an Aki to your floor.
Right. I mean, some people would if they really love the game, but I see what you're saying. You can't. It's a good whisper. It's a great whisper, buddy. But unfortunately, microphones even pick up whispers. So if anyone's wondering, he is not saying anything remotely controversial at all. He is watching his son-in-law play darts.
Back to the match.
At Modus instead of, doing his job
match.
that he's getting paid for. I'm just kidding. You're doing fantastic. You should be watching your son-in-law. If you'd be a bad father-in-law if you weren't doing that.
He was sitting on 39 after 12, and his opponent checks 130.
Can't do anything about that.
On the bullseye. No, it's frustrating.
No, it's not. You can't do anything about that. It was a great shot. You know better than to look at that emotionally. All right, here's Liz. 25.5 is way below her typical average. You know how I know?
You've got a stat sheet.
I sure do. And it tells us exactly what the average would be in 31.01. And for Liz, it is a 31.15. OT from the TO with a big 117. That is a checkoutable checkout, too, with this format. It's a 3 treble checkout, but it is doable. Abby going to put some pressure on it.
Nice.
Leaves the 149
We
a little
talked
bit
about that
better.
last time. She opened up weak on leg 1. Leg 2, here she comes Abby's spot.
She is starting to turn into Abby Scott.
Spot.
No, Abby Scott is the better of the two.
Spot.
Paula Murphy says, anything you can do, I can do just as well. And how about 2 better? 147 left. So,
Smooth
Liz,
for
no
150.
pressure. It's been hat trick, hat trick, hat trick. And you kind of need one here. And she's going to do it. Woo! Back to back to back to back. Hat tricks.
Hat trick, hat trick, hat trick, hat trick.
Happy Internationals Day to all of our fabulous viewers and ladies around the world yesterday. I wanted to make sure to point that out. And every day is International Women's Days when you get to watch darts like this.
149, 50 for 89.
50 for 99.
I apologize.
Treble 20. Treble 13. Oh. Was feeling it. Good news, bad news situation there. The good news is that Paula's frozen. And the bad news is that Paula cannot take out the number remaining. Oh,
She went for
thank
the double
God.
19
I was
leave,
so scared because I saw where she was looking. And I was like, oh, no. Ryan Anderson, you're not wrong. And I really hope that was more of an homage to Leonard Gates than to Oprah Winfrey. Treble 20. Oh, no. That's the one dart she could not throw there. And looking at the math, she needs you got to go bowl here.
Yeah, bullseye.
It's an annoying leave, but you got to go bowl. Yep.
Well, Abby's got 26.
Yep.
Keeps the freeze
And that's
on.
why it's fine to do that. Olivia Terry just flicked off Abby. She wanted to take out the 126. Just hit it. If you're going to lose a leg, just lose in style by hitting the score.
26, double 13, 2 13s.
This is the Leonard Gates, and she gets the Leonard Gates. 1-1 score line. Last late decider here in the queen seat, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And Abby Spot does exactly what she did in the last match that we saw. Raised it on up from a 23 to a 38.54. Sure, Shane doesn't care about timing here in the middle of the queen seat and needs the keys. And then he goes out of view. Still wearing that same sweatshirt, by the way.
You said that same sweatshirt on for how long?
I don't know. I have not roomed with him 24/7, but rumor has it that he is not taking it off since it was touched by someone famous.
Did Will touch it?
No, Mike Maloney.
No, well, never mind. I wouldn't take it off either.
Olivia Terry, starting out. And OT from the TO. Tries the 160 out the gate. Baby, I like it. And it was because she was covered on the bullseye there on the first two. They were both high into the bowl. And I think that she thought it would be better to go up than stay right there. Porky, are we not seeing you this weekend? And Porky.
No Porky this weekend, eh?
Porky, no Porky. Oh, look at that. Not every day you see something like that. We got a hanger, Sarge. And in this closet, we have about 200 of them, too. If anyone needs to hang anything, we have a spot for you.
Don't say that.
This is actually a coat closet. We can tell by the numbers that are existent.
This one says 200.
Someone find the tickets, and then we can start making some money.
This one says 246. This one says 512.
$5 coat check here in the streaming room. Any lost property is not our problem. Porky, stop being a great dad. Gosh, making all of us look bad. Will's missing birthdays. I'm missing birthdays.
Mine don't.
You're going to a volleyball tournament that doesn't matter.
My family doesn't care if I'm there or not.
Ryan, I wasn't going to say anything, but you were not part of the mentionables of needing to do anything worthwhile. 2-2 scoreline here for the son-in-law. Is this the finals?
Finals of the night. Yep.
So this is for all the marbles.
Yeah, it's the first match of the.
Okay, so it's not the finals. All right, I got to remember who I'm talking to and ask questions that sometimes the answer is different than what.
Well, I mean, it's the final night, but it's the first round of it.
Getcha. Yep, that's not what I asked. So here's Spot. Trying to turn into superhero Abby Scott.
I like Abby Spot.
Like as a person?
150 for Miss Abby Spot. This is a good match. This is a really good match.
Yeah, and Abby right now is dangerous in big moments, right? Last leg decider, last match against a very talented team, goes above a 40. This leg, last leg decider, she's throwing above a 40. She's picking the right moments to throw her best. Liz is going to have to go to the 20s here on last start to leave a finish. She did not do so, so she gifts Abby 6 starts at 185, and I just don't understand that type of strategy.
$150. Paula Murphy playing smooth.
Ben, that might be the best comment of the day.
Big handshake in the background with those ladies. Here comes Abby Spot. Another one of those needed.
Good enough.
Good
Fallout
turn.
is not bad. 1-2-7 left. OT from the TO is going to put a lot of pressure on this. Trying to leave, I'm going to guess 35, but
Yep, trying to set the freeze.
nope, she went for the 15s to try and leave the cleaner look. And again, in the freeze game, I don't like that move. It's just got to be a different mentality, and I think that's exactly what Paul is saying right there. Paul is saying that exact thing to her right now. And when you have a freeze game going on, you got to play for that sometimes. A great
Speaking of
hat
that,
trick from Liz Tynan.
Big turn from Liz
That
Tynan.
is huge with a capital Y. But Paula Murphy, those 154, more than capable of going. Bullseye, bullseye, trip 18 for the match. Oh.
She hit the back of that dart.
That is unlucky. Spots 1-2-7 left, and we've only seen her hit big checkouts when she needs to. And ladies and gentlemen, she needs to. Worst case scenario, she's got to be below
109 right now.
16 or 16 or below.
She's already eclipsed that.
Be actually below 16, and she's not. So she does not freeze the 70.
Oh, I apologize.
Yep. She just noticed that, too, and she's
Yep.
so upset. And OT from the TO for the gift. Double 19. No, my goodness gracious. That's going to be something that she is going to be frustrated with. And maybe think about that. She shouldn't. Good news is that they'll be back. But
211.
Liz Tynan doesn't miss this unless she accidentally goes high on the 14s, which she goes dead center of the double. So your queen seat, your majesties are Liz Tynan and Abby Spot. OT from the TO and Paula Murphy. They're going to be looking to get right back into business. But we're going to go to a quick break, guys, but let's set up the scenario coming up next. Danny Baggage, Leonard Gates taking on Alex Spellman, Jason Watt. And that's all I got to say about that. We'll be back with that king seat match right after this. Don't go anywhere, guys. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2024 Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup. I'm Sean Green, joined by Mr. Ryan Mooneyham, who is not even important enough to remember his name. And Will Stewart's also here. Ryan, it doesn't get a whole lot better than the queen seat match that we just saw. If it does get better, it's this heavyweight bout.
Definitely well-known players up here on the stream.
Someone hits a perfect. No, maybe not a 9-darter. That's so difficult in this format. But Spellman has started off so well. That being said, Danny, so in this format, and there is a situation where if you're comfortable going in on the 16s, like Danny typically is, it's actually the wrong shot if you're going second in this format, because you do not give yourself a chance at a 9-darter if you don't start on the 20s, which means you are gifting your opponent automatically 3 extra darts. Right? Or you weren't listening?
No, I agree with you 100%, because you got to look at the fact that 12 darts and out is what you're going to see. So you don't have a whole lot of room for error. And you've got to get yourself out in front. Going second or going fourth, you're still behind your opponents. They both got out in front of you. You have to look at somehow to get in either higher or, because if everyone stays to 180, you're still not there.
You are 100% correct. And we saw Baggage and Gates play earlier, and Baggage kind of carried those legs. Leonard was a little bit off, and I can almost guarantee you we're going to see a different version of Leonard Gates here at this point. I'm sure he spent some time just working out the little kinks there on the dartboard while he waited for this match to get going. 140 from Baggage. Here is Jason Watt.
All 4 players got in their first round. Watt to the 19s. Did not like how the 20 felt.
Watt, the 28 seed in the Booyah Cup today. Leonard Gate is the seed today in the Booyah Cup. Alex Spellman, some other seed too. And then I don't know why I'm still talking about it, because I don't know them. I don't know the seeds at all. I knew one seed out of all of them. There's the most obscure.
Spellman is not seated high, but he came in with only playing 1 qualifier, winning the qualifier. Showing his talent earlier with a couple 160s in. We've known him from both the World Championship stage and the ESPN qualifier. So, it's going to be interesting to see how he does in this Booyah Cup.
Leonard Gates is the 21 seed. Danny Bax is the 3 seed in this bad boy. And then Spellman is the 18 seed. And if you are below the 16 seed, that just means that you did not make the top 16 qualifying wise. So basically what happened is these top dogs played in like 1 or 2 or 3 qualifiers and still ended up qualifying in the top 32, because that's what they can do. And they're fine with that, because it does not matter to them who they play in the first round, second round, third round. They just know they have to win every one of those.
Any one of these 4 can win this event.
Soldier made an interesting motion there. Come on, Gata. I read his mouth there.
Only manages 85. Spellman 167. He can take a look at it.
Yep, and he almost has to with where his partner's at. Could not do it after the first start, of course.
51. Yep.
Leave 36.
He loves that 36 shot, out shot.
He yelled up at dart number 1, as he was very upset about that. Baggage 151. I feel like this is just going to go.
51 for tops.
Danny Baggage. 151. Check out from the gambler.
Smooth.
12 darter. 41.75. That'll do. And it's easy to gamble on saying that someone's going to hit the checkout when, well, it's the gambler that's shooting it.
40 to start again for Spellman. That's been his starter.
Moving down to the 19s. Does so beautifully.
Gambler started on tops. He has also started on 32.
He will start on tops here because he knows that's the only way to get a 9-darter. And if anyone knows Danny Baggish, it's that no one will stop talking about a 9-darter, and he wants to be that person.
Excellent.
And that's just him and his personality.
32 for Watt.
It's tough to adjust after that first dart being so far inside. But he gets it done on dart 3.
Doesn't leave it open.
Yep.
Can return next time for an open shot.
Jesse Matthews saying nothing better than watching darts and doing college homework. I have one thing better than that, and that's just watching darts and not having to do any homework.
And eating tacos. 160 in, possible. We got it.
And fist pump there from Soldier Leonard Gates. He's like, finally, the real Leonard Gates has stood up. Trying to go perfect and win this leg, and Alex Spellman will not be happy about 81. Leaves the 303. Baggish seeing an opportunity and exploiting it immensely. That's a 180 from the Gambler. Been nice if we would have seen this last night in the exhibition. I don't know if he's doing that now, but at least he's showing up today.
Back to the match.
This is, by the way, you want to talk about teams. Baggish and Gates finished 1 and 2 the last 2 years in the Booyah Cup. Let's just pair up together in the doubles. That way, that guarantee that no team talent-wise here in this event, in this venue, can be better than that.
That's a tough team to beat. I don't hear how you draw it up any other way. Looking for another one. Oh, Pierce pulled it.
Yeah, and he no longer can leave a finish, which huge opportunity now for the 242 and 248 of the opponents. And of course, when frustration hits, you might as well throw a 777 just to cement it. Kev, I'm sorry to hear that. Make sure to check your internet as well, but it definitely probably is ours. Jeff has hit the nosy on the head there, playing online poker on iPad, watching darts on TV, and eating wings.
Boom.
Goes the dynamite. Yeah, and that's a frustration last dart. It's like, yeah, about time, just right here when it doesn't matter anymore.
Big turn right here needed for Gates. Set up Baggish for the 105.
It just ensures 100's doable, or 100 is enough. And here is Alex Spellman. Sitting on 218. Dragging the first dart low, and there's the difference between focusing 100% and feeling like it's already over with Danny on 105. And by the way, Danny is relishing the fact that they stopped trying when Danny was on 105. He doesn't do anything to tell them that that was the right way to do it. Still leads 52. But not going to be enough.
Not going to be enough. So not happy with that. Only manages a 60. Gates, 148. His opponent at 182 and 209. Plenty of opportunity to check here or set a freeze.
Bjorn in the chat saying it is lagging. So we're trying our best, guys, with that. That's an internet thing that, unfortunately, unless we are being paid way more, we can't control that.
I'll just jump in here real quick.
Hey.
How about this? If you're experiencing any lagging issues, we're not experiencing any. So make sure you're on a stable internet. Make sure you're on a stable Wi-Fi unit. We're not experiencing anything right now, and we're going to knock on wood for that one. But, yeah, I'm not having any drop frames or anything, and I've been keeping a watch on the feed. So make sure you're on a stable Wi-Fi, folks. That's a key thing. Sometimes that 5G or whatever isn't going to give you the best coverage. So reminder on that one.
Baggish and Gates gets it accomplished. 2-0 victory over Spellman and Watt. So Spelman and Watt move to the third place side of the bracket, and the Gambler and Leonard Gates are your king seat. And we're going to have one more king seat match coming your way next. It is the Open Doubles king seat, and it features Adam Turner and Josh Lisi taking on Jamie Barassa and Scott Gustafson. So that one will be coming up next, right after the short break. Stay with us. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, Will Stewart, and a whole bunch of other people. We'll be right back.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2024 Darkhorse Classic and Booyah Cup finale. Sean Green, joined by Ryan Mooneyham. We are live here. It wasn't that bad. Jeez. And we have ourselves the king seat of the Open division here, a.k.a. Pro Side 2.0. And starting off in this one, Jamie Barassa, Scott Gupston taking on Adam Turner and Josh Lisi. That round from Josh Lisi is the worst round I've seen from him in 3 legs of darts so far.
You mean Adam Turner?
Yeah, Adam Turner, sorry.
This is Josh.
This is Josh right here. Josh has a very unique throw that just works for him.
Straight in, straight direct, straight ahead. Tall, big man, straight ahead.
There's a few people that throw from their chest, and that always throws me off, but it's almost like a sidearm kind of backhand throw that he has. But what works for him, it works for him. This is kind of a cool view with Scott. You see he goes up with his arm when he goes through, and you can see like how his follow through is, because it's on the other camera board too, the board cam. All right, here's Adam.
We've seen Adam in the third place, or the top 4 match, almost the perfect gains back to back.
Quietly too.
Yeah.
And it was because we were focused on 13-year-old, let's be fair. But he quietly just kept throwing big darts. And at the end of the day, he was the one there to take out the finishes.
And it was smash darts to finish, that's for sure. Back into the Bulls, Barassa, representing Bullseyes and Brewskis.
If you say smash darts, you owe Mike Maloney $5. So
Well,
so you know.
I apologize. Smash darts again. It's $10 I owe.
He's bringing to collect too. Dave, we're going to have to talk about your name and copyright violations. I'm just kidding. Dynamite Dave says, sorry, but if you stand over the Aki line and major comp, you know that you're doing it. So here's my counter to that. First of all, they're planning on a raise Aki, so there's no one that's going to be stepping over the line there. And that's part of the purpose of that. But when I play soft tip and I only have a toe line to look at and there's no Aki blocking me, I start with my foot turned a little bit, and then I turn my foot more. And when I turn my foot more, it almost moves forward a little bit without me knowing. And so there's times where after I throw my third dart and I look down, I'm like, I was a little bit over than I wanted to be. But, you know, it doesn't actually give a player an advantage.
I don't know. So, I mean,
a game of millimeters, if you're a millimeter closer, it actually can hurt you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, and I will tell you the reason why I like to raise Akis is I will push up against it, and then I can put my weight forward and go in.
Yep.
A toe line, I've got to hold my weight.
Could you imagine Gary Anderson trying to play with no Reizaki with how he walks to the line.
No,
And
he puts his foot up on there and pulls it back. Yeah. He's one of a few people. Johnny Clayton does the same thing.
Nathan Aspinall does the same thing now.
They go up there and they push off that platform, then set themselves and throw.
Look at that jersey from Luke the Nuke back in the day. I shouldn't be doing that. Never mind. I'm doing your stuff.
Back to
My
the match.
goodness. All right. Adam, stepping up here. 202. This whole thing favors him right now. Again, it is full bowl, open and master out for this open division. Low ton will do enough. All that can happen on the other side there is a lot of pressure. So Jamie's going to try and do that. He would love nothing more than to leave 87 right now. He would love nothing more than to leave whatever 120 from that was.
117.
Thank you.
Now he's looking for
That
the
math was actually
148.
super easy. Leaves the 148. At the end of the day, he finally figured out what he wanted to leave. And this is a moment where Josh Lisi has hit a big round just to kind of cement his partner getting a look at it. And this is the only time that has not happened because I said something. You would think that after a certain point I would learn how to shut up, guys, but I don't.
Scott, 150, big 150 here. Drop it down to 57.
It's not enough to freeze.
It's not enough to
and
freeze,
that's
but it'll put
what
the
he's
pressure
thinking
on.
about is, was there a math possibility of him freezing? That's why he took his time. A 180 would have left 27, and he was like, 27, that's not enough. Because that would have been 175.
98, 50 for 48. This is a master out.
Treble 16. Tops. Gets it done. Adam again. Just
Smooth assassin.
yeah, and he really
Quietly
is
doing it.
He is really a quiet assassin in this game. Just does his job. It doesn't look flashy. He makes every round look the exact same, and he might be throwing hat tricks, and it looks like he's just the same person. And you could tell he's a very focused player before he played. He was the only one of the four that was not really talking while we were out there waiting for everyone to get going. 75 only. Coming up for Jamie. Ryan made a new sound. You know how like sometimes scientists discover new species? Well, Ryan just discovered a new sound.
To be fair, I've got a dry throat, and I was trying to get it clear.
I love where that turned up for you. He was trying to get something clear. That's all you guys have to know about it.
Back
Scott,
to the match.
no bowls, but he falls out into 3 good numbers. That's almost like, yeah, that's fine for my level. Not for their level. Lisi, big round there. It is a 1-0 lead for Adam Turner and Josh Lisi. After we saw the two top 4 matchups, we did assume, rightfully, I think, that the advantage would have been for Turner and Lisi, just based on how they played.
Well,
however, this has been a lot closer than you
It's
thought.
been a lot closer, but Adam Turner quietly dropped in 2 12-darters.
And can we also talk about how I love the spelling of Turner there? It's such a unique, different way to spell Turner.
It is different.
At the end of the day, you can't say it any differently, but it's also probably the wrong pronunciation. Now that I think about it. Just because. Yep, Chris Mart says, is there brackets to follow CompuSport? Just search Darkhorse and it will pop up. It's the only Darkhorse event going on currently. And you just saw exactly what Scott feels like he's doing with his release. He's rolling his wrist over, and it's dragging the dart. And struggling a little bit here, and now's not the time to do that. It's not the right time to do it here in the King Seat match. Already down 1-0. going up against hat tricks galore, and Josh Lisi adds another one. I like that Milwaukee Bucks hat, actually. That's a really nice-looking hat. I love the color combination of that.
320 plays 280, 400 plays 244. Advantage, Turner and Lacey. They do have the first leg. They get this, they'll claim the King's seat and play in the finale.
Rush Shields with points out a big thing. Gusto is only like a month off of major neck surgery, and he's here competing in the King seat match here in the open division. And if that's the case, then he's already winning this life game, and he was doing that anyway with the handlebar mustache. But now for sure, and he's struggling here. We know that his game is better than that, and the frustration is going to be there, but he'll be back. James Hugglestone asking a question that I love answering, and thank you so much for tuning in, James, first and foremost. But British player confused as to why they're going for the bull, not treble 20. It is a different type of 501, only for this reason. You're used to steel tip where the bullseye is 50 points, which is just a small bit, and then the green bit is worth 25. In this format that they are playing here, soft tip, full bull format, the entire bullseye, the 25 and the 50, are worth 50 points. And when you put 2 and 2 together, that is such a much larger segment than the trebles are. So the 10-point difference does not outweigh the risk of just going bulls.
No, that 150, you can consistently go hat trick, hat trick, hat trick, where you may go ton 21, maybe 95. That 150 is just going to outpace those shots on the trip 20.
And James, also, I don't know if you ever played the Target Nexus board or got one or whatever, or knew someone who had it, but that was also one of a big flaw of the Target Nexus board, is because it was a soft tip board that was online play available, and unfortunately for UK players versus American players play soft tip all the time, so the advantage is already there for them just based on the strategy of going bulls versus treble 20s, and I think it frustrated a lot of UK players as to why they were going bullseye and why that was a better strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the writing's on the wall. I wouldn't be surprised if Josh hit this.
50-50 for trip 20.
Wouldn't it be nice if he could do it?
Ooh,
but he fell out
the
into
five.
the fives. What a great round there, though. Went double bowl, too.
Frozen. Jamin Barasa cannot take the 158 out. He'll look to set it up.
Yeah, he's going to need a sweatshirt with how frozen he is right now. He's going to come back into the booth frostbitten. But
does he go trip 5 here or 7 for double 4?
I go trip 5. Why not? And I would have hit it if I would have just aimed at the treble 20. One dart in hand, double 5. Hits it on the last dart, and again, Adam just nonchalantly gets the job done. Continues to do his job. 15 darter. I think that's how he finished every single leg.
Yeah, it was 12 darter, 12 darter. This one's 15 darter. Smooth operation for Mr. Adam Turner.
All right, guys, so here is the deal. It is that time. For the Booyah Cup finale to start, well, half an hour ago, but because this tournament's going on a little bit longer, we are going to go ahead and cut the feed at this point in time. We're going to set up for the Booyah Cup finale and get that bad boy rearing and ready to go. So stay tuned. Hit that notification button for the next time we go live because, my oh my, are you in for a treat. The women's Booyah Cup finale will start first, then the men's Booyah Cup finale right after that. The fields are tremendous. The prize money is
tremendous,
insanely good. You're going to see some great darts in these longer formats, too. Race to 6 on the winner side, race to 5 on the loser side.
Man.
Which is just beautiful.
With split bull, 501,
and
single and double
start.
out, and cricket, it's going to be players play.
Oh, guys, we will see you soon. Sean Green, Ryan Mooneyham, Will Stewart from USA Darts live here in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. We will see you with the Booyah Cup finale right after this break.